Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day, taking another look here at Chainlink. And just telling you what, man, this is awesome stuff. Be sure to stick through to this here because, yesterday we summarized the fact that we were hitting our bottom at $14.30. Price has not looked back ever since. Super, super happy that this worked out well for you. Thanks again to my community members for just letting me know that it was a good result, and that's fantastic to see. Obviously, Bitcoin hitting 39,000 just a moment ago has a little bit to do with this, but it's also the fact that Chainlink is very, very strong. So do me a favor, hit the like button down below. Make sure you check out our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. And obviously, we have a fantastic group over here of traders. Phenomenal job here, Kratos, with a nice little 10x long from TLM. We got some Dogecoin folks here as well, able to kind of take advantage of that nice little Dogecoin trade that we took here recently. Fantastic stuff. And obviously, we took some nice profits here from Matic, Solana, and a few others as well. Litecoin. I mean, this is in the last 24 hours. Our scalping bot is doing crazy things. AVAX, ETH, AVAX. Tons of profit. So again, congrats everybody. Pretty much printing money over there. So I'm glad that's working out well for you too. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the back-end data here and kind of talk about a few key factors. So with Chainlink, what we're looking at is, the liquidation data. Okay, sorry. We got to reload this here. It's funny, exactly this same time every single day I get kicked out here and I got to relog back in. No problem. We'll go ahead and just double check this here for us. So what we're looking at is for Chainlink, it was what the liquidation levels up. What was it? I think it was just above the price action. Was looking to get swept. And at this point here, it does look like some of it was hit. There wasn't a ton, but at $15.02, we can see some liquidation there. We got some more new longs here, new shorts at 15.08. So in truth here, the liquidation data isn't super concentrated compared to what we're used to. In other words, a lot of folks are shorting coins right now like crazy. And what we can see here is there's a concentration just above $15, it's not super massive. We got a larger one accumulating at 14.20. Okay. So again, those are some good things to note in the back end there, because once we sweep this upper liquidity level at about 15.10, we could very well see the price action pull back there as a possibility. But is it a guarantee? No, not yet, and we'll talk about why. So let's look at the daily first so I can kind of explain something to you, because I got the question yesterday after I uploaded the video, kind of asking about the 20-day SMA and how important it is, because we were below the 20-day SMA yesterday, and I said, important thing about that is to make sure you pay closer attention to the larger time frames and understand where you're at in the overall sense of things. Because when the price action is below the 20-day SMA, it really just kind of it's just kind of an indication to let you know that you want to pay attention to understand that the price action should continue lower, but it doesn't have to. In other words, we got to kind of be ready for the price action to pull back, but we don't use that as a one thing to kind of control our trades. In other words, being under the 20, being under the 50, whatever the case is, you look at everything else too and combine it all together to have a good analysis, right? And everything we summarized with yesterday is that we're looking bullish on the shorter time frames, but the larger time frame, we're under the 20, we want to be mindful of that. Okay, so we can still be mindful here. Cool thing is we can be mindful the 20-day SMA is below us now, kind of reaffirming the fact that we're still ascending positively on this bullish trend. Okay, so again, you kind of see this large trend line that I have drawn out here. We're still looking good. Okay, we haven't officially broken below it. You can wick down all you want, but until you close below, different story altogether, right? So even though we had 2 or 3 days of closure below that, where we've since recovered, we've been back up over 50 in the RSI for some time. That's a key factor there. Big benefit. Stochastic RSI is swinging upwards, and our MACD is slowing its roll. In other words, we're starting to lose that momentum. Okay, all positive contributing factors. This could lead to us breaking our most recent high at about 1660. Okay? Again, still a little premature, but there's some things to kind of recognize. Take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Let's quickly note some liquidity levels. We've already marked this on the chart, but we can see here again 1530, 1540. There's a strong concentration of previous liquidity. That goes all the way back to the 20th of November when the price wicked up. Most of it's been filled, but we still have some left remaining. Same thing as well here as also, about low $14 range, still some liquidity there too. So I cannot stress this enough. We got to respect both sides. But for the most part, we're closer to this one here and we have good momentum. A decent chance that the last of that 1510, 1520 range will be swept. Okay, you do got to recognize Bitcoin just pumped up to 38.9 about 15 minutes ago, and that does have a lot to do with this extra leg up. Okay, keep in mind though, stochastic RSI is still swinging upwards, starting to lose some momentum, but money flow index is coming down. So when I see the RSI going up and money flow index coming down, That leads me to believe we could very well see the price action have difficulty crossing this level of 0.618 fib at 1517, or more importantly 1510, that liquidation level that we saw here with that concentration of liquidation. And that basically just implies that we might reject out there at that level. So not saying you should consider a short at 1515, but that might be a possibility. Okay, we'll look at a few other things here, but we're converging positively there. We're looking pretty good in the overall sense, being above 50 in the RSI. So I personally wouldn't short this coin, but just know we're probably getting an initial rejection there. It could very well be one of these, and that the price action pulls back to this most recent support at 1475. Okay, because again, we talked about this previously too, how that was an important level to pass. We kept getting rejected there. Yesterday when we reviewed this, 1475 was that resistance level. It's now a support. Okay, again, because we've closed 2 or 3 solid candles above that. And again, 0.5 in Fibonacci, very, very strong support level or resistance, depending which side you're on. Okay? That halfway point, the average true range makes a big difference. Speaking of average true range, let's take a quick look at the most amount of volume here. We can kind of see that we do have a heavy concentration at 1460. That being below the price action should work as a support as well. Hourly time frame, the last thing we want to look at here, well, there's 2 factors I like to look at. First of all, we want to confirm we're above our CC golden indication here. We got multiple buy signals here as well. So that's a very, very positive sign. Again, that CC golden is available on my website. If you're curious about that, that's one of my indicators I created. But what I want to talk about here more important is TD sequential. See this here? We came up to a 9 on TDS. We broke through the resistance level, came back down to retest as support. That is a tried and true standard bullish continuation. Okay, breaking through a key level resistance, retesting as support, continuing higher. Okay, so that does reaffirm the fact that if we come back down, that would be a good bouncing point. Okay. Last but not least, Ichimoku cloud, free and clear on the price action. Conversion line above the baseline, well above the cloud. Cloud is averaging itself out, 1460 to 1470. This is exactly what we want to see. So this is all green lights to leave your long position open. You should by no means consider shorting this coin. Again, as soon as I upload this video, the likelihood of the price action pulling back is quite high. And by the time you may be watching this, the price might even have been pulled back. Okay? But the key takeaway here is 1460 and 1470 based on volume and specifically that 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level leads me to believe we're going to probably see that be the bottom. Okay, so if the price is in this range by the time you look at this, there's a decent chance that the price should continue higher from there. Okay, again, that would still establish higher highs and higher lows if the price pulls back to these levels and bounces off the cloud. Those are all things I look for. So generally speaking, again, hindsight's 2020. What we should have done is entered here. Of course, it would have been 1 a.m. I was sound asleep. Right there, that's a perfect entry. Because you got confirmation above the cloud 3 or 4 hours. We're retesting that resistance level multiple times. And we had confidence knowing that we are in good shape there with that. Okay? All right, so again, all good stuff here. Be very careful shorting this coin. I think with Bitcoin showing tremendous amount of strength and this leading into a weekend, I think we're going to see some pretty significant volatility this weekend. All right, folks, I hope that made sense and I described that correctly. Like, subscribe, follow if you could, please. Please help us grow the community. And obviously, make sure you jump on over to the best exchange in the world. Again, I don't say this lightly. I've used tons of exchanges in my day. These guys are phenomenal. They give you excellent bonus benefits if you use my link to register as a newbie. And the truth is, they have trailing stop losses, multiple profit targets, a lot of reasons to utilize the exchange. And again, icing on the cake, no VPN, no KYC required. Awesome, awesome stuff. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Reach out to me through Discord, Telegram, or Twitter. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon.